Okay, so what is a decimal? Well, it's the same thing as a fraction, which is the same thing as a percent. It's a partial number, not a whole number. Like, let's say you ate some pizza slices from a pizza pie, okay? Part of a whole. Therefore, it's a partial number. So, it can be expressed as a decimal, fraction, or percent. Get it? Same for your score on any test. Part of a whole. Unless you get 100%, in that case, go you boo. So, okay, let's try one. What decimal number is illustrated here? Or what partial number? Well, it's definitely a partial number because it's not the whole box. Like, it looks like there's 10 little mini boxes in each column here, separating up the box. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Okay, so 44 out of a total of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, so that would be 44 out of 100 total mini squares that make up the whole entire box, right? So partial number expressed as a fraction would be 44 out of 100. Makes sense. All right. Okay. Well, how would we write that? Well, the same way you just pronounced it. 44 out of 100. You could write it that way, but the proper way to write that would be 44 100ths or 44 hundredths. If you will recall our place value system, it would be 44 hundredths. Otherwise known as, see those two zeros in the denominator? Those two zeros will make the symbol for percent. So anytime it's out of 100, you can take that numerator and just put a percent sign next to it. It's like having the two zeros underneath. So 44 hundredths is the same thing as saying 44%. Get it? See those two zeros? See how that works? Kind of clever. Okay, but then how would I write this as a decimal? Well, again, using that place value system, right? So if I were to write it as a decimal, let me hear how it sounds. It sounded like 44 hundredths. So I know the ones place, then there's the tenths place after the decimal, and the hundredths place, which means that last four would hit the hundredths place, and the first four would hit the tenths place. So it would look like, like that, 0.44, but we would read that as 44 hundredths. Make sense? So 44 out of 100 as a fraction would be expressed as 44 hundredths, which is written as 0.44, but still read as 44 hundredths, and expressed as 44%. Alright? So I think that you got the rest, and you gonna go ahead and nail this IXL thing. But I'm just gonna tell you some verbally right now, and you tell me. So what if you counted it was 32 out of 100? Then how would you express that as a fraction? How would you write that down in word form? How would you write that in decimal form and then in percent form? I'll give you a minute. Okay, that's enough. Alright, so the fraction you would write 33 out of 100, right? And the word form you would put 33 hundredths, right? And that's going to help you write the decimal form, which would be 0.33, but correctly pronounced as 33 hundredths. And as a percent, it would simply be 33%, because that percent sign stands for that hundredths in the denominator, right? So there you go. Try a couple more. What if it was 12 out of 100? Well, 12 hundredths, 0.12, 12%, right? Alright, so you got this, boo. Go ahead and nail that IXL, and I will see you in the morning time.